The first tip I have to improve is to understand and accept what you can and can't control when you play the game. You cannot stop your top laner from feeding their lane. There's nothing you can do about that if you're playing like bot lane or something like that. But you can stop deaths from the opponent's jungler. It's not your jungler's fault for not ganking your lane. It's yours for overextending and mispositioning, because that is something that you can actually control. The only way to control the play of your teammates is to communicate with them through chat, and people don't always listen. So there's no reason to get caught up in the mistakes your teammates make, other than by kindly making calls for your team. This mindset of not caring about the mistakes of your allies is absolutely necessary to improve, as you can get right past raging as well as to get past things that are out of your control, which in reality are the things that make League so stressful and difficult to handle, because we worry too much, myself included, about the things outside of our control. The next big tip I have is to watch your replays. You can download LoL Replay for free at leaguereplays.com, and while it isn't always the most reliable software, it will record your games in spectator mode, which I like a lot. There's other options such as Baron Replay, Fraps, DxTory, but for the sole purpose of improving, I personally would recommend LoL Replay, since it is the only free software that I've experience with. I personally use DxTory and Fraps for videos, but those aren't free. And so when you watch your replays, there's going to be two types of plays you can learn from: good plays and bad plays. With good plays, you want to see why it worked and more importantly how you contributed to the situation and what you could have done better. Make note of the good plays you make and use that to recreate similar plays in game. While with your bad plays, you want to look at what you could have done better and especially look for consistent mistakes you're making, which leads me into my next big tip: analyzing your mistakes and why they occur. You need to look at the mistakes you made and then get down to the root of the problem. This is the bulk of improving. It's just that watching replays and having a good mindset are essential to do this effectively, as it's easy to blame bad situations on things that weren't your fault. No matter what the situation is, good or bad, there is always something you could have done better. And when you watch replays, that's what you want to look for, and especially look for consistencies in that. And then take notes and constantly review those notes. I like to take physical notes on a post-it and then I stick that up on my second monitor, or whatever method of note taking works for you will do just fine, but treat these notes as if you were studying for an exam, and then play the game as if it were an open note exam, with your notes right next to you on specific things that you want to work on doing, and I find that this will help you a ton. Next, I kind of brushed over this a little bit already, but you want to isolate skills and focus on them. It's really easy to just think, oh, I'm going to do these things and get better. But that's not how you improve. You improve by looking at things like, oh, I take free poke in lane too much, so I need to tone that down and position safely when I'm not looking to play aggressive in lane. It's the buildup of all those small skills and mechanics that eventually culminate together to make you a better player. You don't simply think, oh, I'm going to improve and work hard. No, you need to focus on and isolate specific concepts and mechanics that you are bad at. Improve on those, and then once you're satisfied with your improvement in that area, move on to another area. Don't try to improve at too many aspects of the game at once, as it's hard to focus on so many things while also playing the game. And lastly, when it comes to legitimately improving, you need to play a lot of games. I recently went on a trip to Berkeley for a few days for my orientation for school next year, and between the traveling, I didn't play any ranked games for a period of about 5 days or so. And even though I played a lot before I left, with lots of streams and stuff, when I came back to play again, my play was significantly worse. It's probably going to take me a good 6 to 8 games just to get back to the point I was before I left, and my break was only 5 days long. As a general rule of thumb, it takes 1 to 2 games per day that you didn't play League to get rid of the rust from not playing. Now, we all have legitimate reasons for not playing, just like I did going to my orientation, but if you can help it, playing at least 1 or 2 games a day, every day, will really just help you a ton. As when you get into it and get a ton of motivation, it will be really easy to just sit down and play a good 5+ games in one day. As opposed to when you're constantly taking long breaks, it's really difficult to get back into the game for a long session. While taking breaks is a great strategy for losing streaks and tough losses, limit your break length to a maximum of a full day if you can help it, and you should improve a lot faster. And that just about covers it. My name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on my top 5 tips to improve at the game. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now, or stay connected at facebook.com/gamingcurios. And if you want to help support me and pick up a sweet skin in the process, head over to skinsforlol.com and use the code GamingCurios for 5% off of your entire purchase. Drop a like, share this video, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.